I'm out and about, and I'm at the 4th annual Toronto South African Film Festival. I'm here with the co-chair, Vanessa. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
One thing I was noticing, that your entrepreneurship is sort of coinciding with the film festival itself. Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. So I am an entrepreneur. I run my own business called Mosaic People Development, and I go into organizations and I develop leaders. And one of my passions and one of the reasons I love what I do in my business is educate people to be more effective at work. And what the Toronto South African Film Festival does, we're actually a very unique festival because we're a charity fundraiser for a non-for-profit called Education Without Borders. And what they do is they provide education for kids living in impoverished areas in both South Africa and in Canada. So there's this lovely bridge between what I do work-wise and my volunteer job for the Toronto South African Film Festival around empowering people through education.
With the film festival itself, can you focus a little bit about, different genres of films that you're going to show here?
So the Toronto South African Film Festival, our goal is to focus on and celebrate the history, culture, and politics of South Africa. So we really look for a broad range of films, and the films really need to celebrate the diversity that is South Africa. So in terms of genres, we've got a comedy, we've got a political satire, we've got 2 films that are focused on they're not documentaries, but they're dramas based on real life people who through various situations or through their lives in South Africa, just their lives are amazing stories to tell. We also have a documentary, and we like to, with our films, have panel discussions. We have Skype interviews. For example, our political satire, we just spoke to the director, Skyped him in from South Africa. Our film that's on right now, it's a beautiful film called Positively Beautiful. It's a documentary about people living with HIV, living positive, productive lives, and we have an amazing panel after. So the films celebrate all lifestyles and types of people in South Africa.
As we look at the history of, South Africa and, apartheid, and do you feel that there's, they've come a far way from this, and how much further do you feel that they have to go?
Well, they have a lot further to go. South Africa, I was 7 when my family immigrated to Toronto, so I essentially consider myself Canadian. I didn't grow up in South Africa, but it's such a complex culture. The history is so complex, the political situation is so complex, and the most amazing thing, and it does have a long way to go, however, the most amazing thing that people say when they visit South Africa is how wonderful the people are. Even with the situation, the political situation, how difficult and challenging things are for people there, the people in South Africa have such heart, and they're incredible, incredible people.
Do you think the film festival itself is actually helping, sort of like highlighting what's going on in South Africa and giving them, the people in South Africa itself, a bridge to sort of pass on knowledge to here in Canada?
What we're really proud of at the festival is that we are a voice for filmmakers in South Africa. We give them an opportunity to share their stories with audiences in Toronto that might normally not have the opportunity to see their films and to hear their stories and see their stories.
I want to thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us, Vanessa. And it sounds like the Toronto South African Film Festival is here for years to come. Amazing job you guys are doing.
Sure, thank you. It was a pleasure.